Hello, my name is Brian Thomas, and most of you remember me from my Confederate flag situation from my college. And that's over with now, but now it's a bigger problem because the NAACP is back again wanting the Confederate flag on the state grounds of South Carolina to be completely removed. Now, I can see why they probably want it completely removed, but I just think it just needs to be left alone because what what's the point of keep trying to bring up the past that's just gonna make people angry, and then it could cause more racism to come back up. And as a new generation, why do we gotta suddenly get caught up in this mess that the last generation were fighting to do, and then we gotta carry it on, and then we're never gonna move forward as a nation to become more united. Personally, as a black person, after I did my research, I see this flag as bigger on no bigger government, more states' rights. Because I just truly believe South Carolina should know me better than the federal government. That's how I feel about it. And I feel like, yes, bad stuff happened under that flag. It did. Like everybody knows. But evil people gave that flag power and made it bad. And evil people used the American flag on bad and still killed people. Like that Confederate flag wasn't flying over the slave ships. It wasn't. That Confederate flag wasn't flying in the army when black soldiers were still separated from white soldiers in World War II and World War One. And matter of fact, I found out that when the South did use black troops, they integrated um, the regiments instead of like the North, which kept them separated. And they even made a movie, and it clearly shows you that in the North, the black troops were separated from the white troops. So, what's the big deal of trying to make that flag go down from our state? Like, it's just causing more drama. We're just trying to move forward. Like, to some people, that flag does not mean a bitter racism. Their ancestors probably died fighting under that flag, and that they got it. And when they look at that flag, that's their ancestors, and their ancestors probably didn't even own one bit of slaves. And obviously, people not even thinking about the possibility of blacks who willingly volunteered to fight for the South, because I'm not sure that he's thinking that all blacks just fought for the North just because the North freed the slaves. No, I don't think so. But so many things have happened under so many flags, but this flag is the only flag that gets so much hatred towards because of the ignorant people who used it for hate, and the good people who see the flag differently, they get attacked for having a flag. It's just crazy. Like, when are we gonna move on and stop trying to bring up the past and hopefully move forward and let people see the flag how they want to see it, instead of a group telling another group they gotta see it this way? Like, when can we move from this? Because we the people give symbols power. I don't think that flag is racist, so I'm not gonna give it the power to offend me. That is plain and simple. It's plain and simple. That flag cannot wake up in the middle of the night and kill me or nothing like that. It can't. It can't. But it's just like, man, when are we gonna just move on? I don't. NAACP, why? Why do y'all have to come down here and try to get more power and cause more and possibly cause more racial tension as it is? It's unnecessary. It's just unnecessary. I love my state of South Carolina, and this is like totally embarrassing. Like, it's just showing us like it is kind of racist towards white people too, that they can't have whatever they want because the NAACP trying to get power and try to show who's boss and try to tell our state what needs to be done. And I don't see, like, I agree. The American flag should be on top of every state capitol and on top of everything. But why, if we want to keep it on the state grounds, why can't we keep it there? The NAACP, y'all are not the president. Like, y'all are not our governor. And I can see why y'all probably trying to fight for black rights and because slavery was in the South. But there's lots of things that the North did that was evil too under the American flag. And there was a lot of evilness after the Civil War under the American flag. But you don't see us complaining trying to get all the American flags taken down because we're Americans and we love America. So I don't see the reason why we're still fighting to take that flag down. Like, just leave it alone because you're just gonna make it even worse than it really is. And I'm tired of hearing about fighting this fight. There I go. And if I gotta be the only black person in South Carolina who doesn't want to see the flag taken down, then so be it. I stand by it because I'm just tired of all this nonsense, and I want our future to be more united instead of us still fighting over the same nonsense that the last generation was fighting for. Some more bull crap. We can never move on and form our own opinions. I'm not no bandwagoner, and I refuse to hate that Confederate flag just because majority of black people probably do hate it, and they didn't research. They didn't even try to look at both sides. They just saw all the hatred that some people have for that flag, and they're gonna go for that. But no, I'm not doing that. So I'm standing strong, and I hope the NAACP can see this and probably think about what they're doing, and hopefully something good can come out of this instead of still fighting and trying to get control of all this nonsense. But may God bless America. Peace.
Thank you. You know, the Confederate flag is a very sensitive issue. And what I can tell you is over the last 3.5 years, I spend a lot of my days on the phones with CEOs and recruiting jobs to this state. I can honestly say I have not had one conversation with a single CEO about the Confederate flag. What is important here is that we look at the fact that, yes, perception of South Carolina matters. That's why we have everybody answering the phones. It's a great day in South Carolina. That's why we're being named the friendliest state and the most patriotic state and getting all these great accolades. But we really kind of fixed all that when you elected the first Indian American female governor, when we appointed the first African American U.S. senator. That sent a huge message. What sent a strange message was when we had Senator Shaheen, who has been in the Senate 15 years, not once ever mentioned the Confederate flag, never taken the well on the Confederate flag, has no bill talking about the Confederate flag, and 1 month prior to the election decides that the Confederate flag has to come down. Again, it's a lot of talk and it's very little action.
The hate-filled murderer who massacred our brothers and sisters in Charleston has a sick and twisted view of the flag. In no way does he reflect the people in our state who respect and in many ways revere it. Those South Carolinians view the flag as a symbol of respect, integrity, and duty. We respect freedom of expression, and that for those who wish to show their respect for the flag on their private property, no one will stand in your way. And that for those who wish to show their respect for the flag on their private property, no one will stand in your way. And that for those who wish to show their respect for the flag on their private property, no one will stand in your way. But the State House is different. And the events of this past week call upon us to look at this in a different way. 15 years ago, after much contentious debate, South Carolina came together in a bipartisan way to move the flag from atop the Capitol dome. Today, we are here in a moment of unity in our state, without ill will, to say it's time to move the flag from the Capitol grounds. There will be some in our state who see this as a sad moment. I respect that. But know this, for good and for bad, whether it is on the State House grounds or in a museum, the flag will always be a part of the soil of South Carolina. But this is a moment in which we can say that that flag, while an integral part of our past, does not represent the future of our great state.